Update. Today is February 19th. This is day 30. So today is a more unfortunate day. Okay. Let's see. Let's pull out table. Y-axis, x-axis. Let's do this. I'll have a bigger table. For now, it's just one. So this is a date steps. So yesterday I did steps. Not exactly, I did a little bit over, but that's give or take. Today though, unfortunately, I did 5,000 steps. The reason being, it is late and I have to drive tomorrow. Typically, our van pool has a different driver, but tomorrow I have to drive. So I don't want to walk right now because then I'll have to shower. And if I shower, then I have to wait till my hair gets dry, or else I might get sick when I wake up or have other issues. That's just too much of a hassle. Plus, going to sleep after having a heart rate up and being wet is not ideal. So, gonna just keep note of what happened. So, that's that. Backyard. So for the backyard, I did do some work. I moved the dirt. I want to say two wagon full of dirt, and removed nails. The plastic ones, the ones that keep the weed barrier in place. I had to remove those because I have to reduce the amount of dirt in this area here to remove dirt there. Because I want to make it leveled. So there's going to be a dip here. Oh, hold on. So right at the entrance, there's this concrete slab that angles downwards, and it's intentionally like that so that when water comes down, the water doesn't go into the garage; it goes away. So this is slightly elevated on the edge, and then the slab goes downwards. And these bricks that I'm laying down, if I were to continue laying bricks, it's gonna go. It is going to go. It is going to be elevated so that when the water, it's going to go into an incline so that when the water falls, it won't go towards the garage, which is great. But the thing is, this concrete slab is in the way, so it creates this awkward situation. So instead of removing the concrete slab, which is something I thought about, but less. It's not practical because it requires more tools and then more of a mess. And if it doesn't work out, then it'll just look even worse. So I'm going to try to lower or have this dip here. Let's see, right here. So there's going to be a dip right here where so that the slab the bricks will meet the slab at a level. Everything else will be this. Everything else will be leveled on the edges. There's going to be like a dip here. I might have to find a location where the water will run through, either the garden or through this gate. I think it would be a better idea to have it go towards in like the future garden that's on the side over here. All right. And so this is the wagon. Oh, whoops. Grab this. This is the wagon here. So how to take this tarp off, and then in doing so, removing these like plastic nails that are keeping it in place. This is the weed barrier, and took it out, and had to remove quite a bit of dirt, like right over here. I still need to remove dirt over here. I just didn't have time. I spent an hour listening to podcasts. Brendan Lee Mulligan, I think that's his name. He's talking about his career path from growing up to being an adult. Anyways, he's a D&D player, comedian, and screenwriter. He's a multitude of things, but most of all, he's a good storyteller. All right, so that goal was today. Some progress in the backyard. Moved dirt. So I moved dirt. I just need to move. Need to move more dirt. So I'll be tomorrow. Probably spend 1 to 2 hours doing this. Cooking. So this is gonna be the weekend. Weekend is Saturday. Saturday volunteer. That's gonna be an all-day thing. Saturday and then Sunday. What do I want to cook those 2 days? Or should I put it off and focus on my other projects? I don't want to spread myself too thin. Let's finish the backyard first. Before I start a new project. So I need to figure this out. How about, no, I was thinking about doing the steps before the backyard. The thing is, as soon as I get here, I only have 1 hour of sunlight, and working in the dark is annoying. Okay. My third project, or other projects. I think I forgot to mention this yesterday. So, in terms of my health goals, this includes not just walking, but eventually more cardio, which would be running, cycling, and rowing. And eventually to at a rate where I can train for a marathon. So the marathon is another goal I want to have. Next is my personal lab. So I want, this is a far out goal. Right. I believe I mentioned this the other day. Personal lab, which means I have to clean the garage. But in terms of personal lab, I'm constantly looking for gov deals and surplus for equipment. So right now I have a centrifuge, which honestly is something I don't necessarily need for plant tissue culture and mycology. Do I need any of that? Let's see. So let's check really quick. For plant tissue culture or mycology, do I need a centrifuge? Because I know for what was it? If I wanted to do any gene manipulation or anything related to genes, I would need a centrifuge. So when it's useful, let's see, what does ChatGPT say? Or when a nutrient stock solution, some research centrifuge plant growth regulator solutions to remove undissolved particles. Callus cell suspension cultures. If you're doing liquid cultures for mass propagation or genetic transformation, centrifuge can help isolate cells from media. Okay. Let's see, propagation using protoplast. If you work with protoplast isolation, wash and collect protoplast. What is protoplast? Enzymatic digestion of cell plant. Oh, that makes sense. So let's say you want to break up. So similar to trypsin, trypsin is something used to break apart um, cells that are stuck to each other or to the the well plate or whatever they're growing in. And there's an equivalent for plants, which is called protoplast, which breaks up the cell walls. If you break up the cell walls, you have plant cells that are basically individualized, separate. Never thought of it that way though. And I would have to look into that. I have no idea what do you mean by protoplast? And whether it's possible to grow from to like revitalize a plant with that does not have cell walls. Will it like regrow its cell walls? I have no idea. Mycology. So not required if you're growing fungi on agar plates in liquid both grain substrates from mushroom cultivation. You don't need a centrifuge when it's useful. Spore collections and washing. Centrifuging can separate spores from liquid suspensions. Okay. Pellet formation. Some researchers use centrifuges to collect and concentrate mycelium from liquid culture. Okay, that's works at extracting fungal DNA and PCR in centrifuge. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that. I need to do like a little tiny study, see how the mushrooms change over time through multiple propagations. If you're just doing standard plant micro propagation growing fungi, you don't need a centrifuge. Okay. In general, I don't need one. Do I want one? Is a separate question. Since the opportunity is here, I'm going to buy it. So I have this. Trying to get this. Okay. I'm winning the bid. Oh wait, how am I doing on time? Oh, it's 15 minutes. All right. Bye.